makes sense. It was over enough. They were actually cleaning it up as well. It wasn't like, I've covered cases where people were purposely doing this to a neighbor to bother them. That wasn't even close to what was happening here, Jamie.
Right. Vinny, I think it's time we start looking with fresh eyes at some of these issues. And I'm going to push back a little bit with you and Amir as far as, maybe some of these speculative issues that are out there. We can guess about whether or not there were drugs and whether or not there was mental health involved. But what we know for a fact is that this man had a semi-automatic machine gun, a weapon that I'm familiar with being prior military, that's really for one thing and one thing only, and that is killing people. And, so I just hope that we can look at this through fresh eyes and get back to the old days of long live and be prosperous, because when we start saying we're going to look the other way at the gun, even though it's an extremely dangerous gun, even though the gun was not even remotely required for this situation or any situation in a community for that matter, I think we lose track of what's important. With that said, I think we're all in agreement. This is a heartbreaking story, and this man's going to prison. And I hope that whether it's policy-wise or whether it's policy making or judges making decisions from a punitive point of view, I hope that we can start taking some stock of what's important in our communities.
Leslie, your thoughts on this one?
This case makes me think back to my days as a prosecutor when I had to go out on crime scenes, homicides involving just in different areas of our city. And some of them were easier to conclude, what happened. Maybe there was a war between drug dealers or something else that you could easily draw the lines. Here, what we have is clearly someone who was so enraged, even after this couple cleaned up after their dog, who did what dogs do. That wasn't enough, and his mind was already made up that he was going to kill these beautiful people. And unfortunately, the young lady who died, my heart really aches for her family. My heart aches for this community, and this is one that just does not make sense. I'm glad to see that she spread so much good energy into the world and was spreading good messaging. And I hope that for people who are watching this segment right now, hopefully they're motivated to be as good of a person and to do as much good as she seems to have done in her lifetime.
Absolutely, well stated. We're continuing to track this one. We've got an arraignment that is scheduled for January 4th.